All righty, looks like we're up and running. My deepest apologies, internet, for especially Ozark for my lateness. The baby was screaming almost constantly through most of my last meeting, and after being fed, needed a nap in that moment, so I decided to go with that. So many apologies. I can't say like I'm sorry, because I thought to myself, okay, you can be on the stream on time, or you can make sure your baby gets sleep. And yeah, sometimes that's the hard choices you have to make as a parent. So, but I'm ready to get going. Yeah, so no Brittany this week. Brittany is at a conference, having a great time, I very much hope. Also wearing Star Wars apparel, I very much hope. And yeah, so this is our weekly review stream, the time when we look at our commitments and renegotiate and make sure everything stays fresh and relevant. And my intentions for today, I couldn't believe that I have such a, for me, massive inbox at this moment. I need a lot of reviewing, but I don't entirely know what to do yet. Now, for me, that pretty much means I need to not declare intentions, so I'm going to go with that. Mostly what I need is to center myself, because I've been going pretty much full tilt since I woke up. Hence the food. Also, apologies for that. If anybody else has intentions, please do go ahead and declare them in the chat. I would love to see and hear that. Let me send a text real quick. I had a person that I said that I would let them know when this was up and running. So I'm gonna okay. Well, I think I need to plug in my device. Step one. I think I need music. Step two. It's okay. Getting my music on. Okay. Music is very necessary for my productivity. Okay. Well, a couple of weeks ago, I reordered my GTD routine so that it was with like mission critical and important and stuff. So let's start there. Mission critical GTD. Item the first, review my purchase soon. Okay, we can do this. Yeah, nothing in there except I did have an Amazon cart. Ugh, Amazon. I do declare. You're a wee bit distant. Okay, where? Okay, actually, I need to send someone a message. Hey, okay. So that Okay. All right, that feels good. Step 1. Step 2 is to close the Amazon tab and not keep shopping, because that's not weekly review. Oh, people are here. I'm sorry. Declare baby prep is all the time. Yes. The impending one. Amazing. Ozok, we refer to cabbage. We refer to our kids as hatchlings, which will always be true regardless of their age or size, because they, hatched in theory. So, all right. All day prep all the time. Wow. Why? If you're okay with sharing, how imminent is the imminent arrival? I would be glad to hear. And Ozok, please declare thy intentions for today. I'm really glad you guys are here. I'll try to be better about checking the commentary, man. Today. Okay. All right. My brain, I keep seeing these things. These things that are like scheduled for today in my inbox, which is how you can tell my inbox is getting to oof. Because I have things here that are scheduled in my inbox. That is not what I typically do. Okay, so I need to process those for so they're not in my face. Get out of my face. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, that needs to be done. Okay. Good. Almost done. Almost done. Here we go. Alrighty, well, I am going to, it hasn't been that long, but I'm going to go take a quick break and I will see you guys in a sec. I have returned. Hey, sounds good. What's up? Mm-hmm. Project listings is a definite thing. I remember listening to a podcast. It was all about, do you love or hate your projects list? I currently love my project list. I'm doing really good with that. So I waft over to you the juju of my success, and may it also be yours. Mostly, success of my project list looks like being really honest with myself about what is or isn't getting done. The whole, oh, but this is really important, is a lesson I've learned over and over again. That doesn't matter how important it is, if it's just not getting done, that's what you have to say to yourself, Colleen. So that's where we are. Okay, purchase soon. Yes. Review project pipeline. Ha. Okay. So this is the like projects waiting in the bullpen kind of thing. Music must return or life ends. I think I got sidetracked. I think I got very badly sidetracked. Um, how did I end up? Where did I end up scrolling? How did I end up scrolling cosplay on Etsy when I meant to be? Okay. Come on. Let's refocus. Come on, Colleen's brain. Come on. Stop scrolling. Oh my goodness. It's so hard. Okay, sewing. My first item is sewing. I'm going to pull up my project list. Okay, project list. Right. 1 second. I have to go do a 2-minute action to determine what's next for this. So stand by. Okay, I think I figured it out. Yeah, Twitter is a tricky space, Ozak, I get that. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to go see what the status is of my kids' clothes because I've I've decided that as long as I have the time, which I do, while coaching, I'm gonna be making my kids' clothes henceforth. And that's pretty cool. This is mostly because I enjoy doing it, but somewhat because it's actually because of the way I do it, it's cheaper than buying new. I will upcycle stuff from the thrift store, and I will use sort of the bargain bin fabric that I can find at fabric stores, shopping sales and stuff. So, you know, if I can get 3 or 4 yards for $30, actually, most recently I bought like 7 yards. It was like $25. So like something like that. It's a lot of kids' clothes. And like $25 is about the size of, but the price of one piece of clothing at a decent new clothing store. Not on sale. So sometimes on sale. I gotta say, the fact that you can spend $75 on jeans for a child who will be wearing them for like 6 months is bonkers to me. So this is the other reason why. Like I try and make clothes that will last anyway, but the fact that they're going to be wearing them for this amount of time is a consideration, especially environmentally. But it does not come without its cons, which one of them is eventually all the clothing that we own, I'll need to get rid of because nobody fits it anymore. And how on earth am I going to part with clothing that I made for my children? So, but that's not today's problem. Okay, so refocusing on reviewing. I'm going to say next size up pants. That project has been successful. I was able to draft those patterns. I have a pattern. You guys are captive audience. You guys meeting those up. I have a pattern that I've drafted for the kids' pants, and I love everything about them. They are, well, I mean, you can do either way, but I choose to elasticize the ankle so it's like cinched in. This means that it's sort of trapped on top of the foot, so it can't get under the foot and be a tripping hazard. And also, so it doesn't have to be exactly the right length for a good fit. It can be like you can put it on before they're really big enough for them, and they can grow into them over time, but it's still not a tripping hazard. The pattern themselves is you can get them on the fold, so there's no side seam. So that's 2 whole extra seams that I don't have to do. Saves time. But if I have like a weird shaped fabric or whatever, like especially for upcycling, cutting up other clothing and using it, I can make a side seam if it will fit a fabric a certain way. I did a pair for the younger one where the back panel of a shirt was one leg of the pants and the 2 front sides, it was a button-down shirt, was the other, right? So I had to do that side seam, which is fine. It turned out that the front one had a pocket, so the pants now have a pocket on the front. So I kind of love that. So I might do that again. I have this vision of Hawaiian shirt made into pants for my kids, and I'm excited about that. Oh yes, put away the candy and get some water. I highly approve of water. Oh, thank you, Ozak. I am well, I do appreciate your reaction regardless. I'm not entirely sold on it. I've actually had this haircut a couple times, but I'm trying to grow it out long. Yeah, clothing swaps. Yeah. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So what do you sew, Ozak? Snaps. Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, but when you come back, tell me what you like to sew. Yeah, elastic can get tired easily, especially if it's stored. I find like sometimes I'll like bring things out like from the storage and be like, oh, that elastic is gone. But I personally find it relatively easy to change it out, especially if I put it in the first place. So I don't really mind that. And I've got like a ton of elastic. So it's not a huge one. Snaps are good. And ties. Ties, I find the kids are like, what is this? I must get it undone. Immediately. But a snap on the I just made the kids matching tunics, and I just love it. And a little snap here helps with the sun coverage, which is one of my aims. Oh, okay. So what was I doing? I was retired. I was finishing one of these projects. Oh yeah, stick around, Ozak. You'll get lots of sewing motivation. Okay, next is up pants. Finished. July 20th. I've started a practice of time stamping the day that I start projects and the day that I finish them. So that took me about a month. And I now have the patterns. So one for the current size of the current, both children have the pants pattern. And hopefully I can just scale it up, the same pattern that I drafted. I think I might want to try and draft myself a pair of these pants where there's no side seam and stuff and it's cinched to the ankles. I really like that stuff. Pirate pants, that's what they're called. Definitely. Okay, so what am I doing now? Long sleeve shirts for the baby. I think we're good. I think I'm good for now on that as well. I think what I really need to do now is I've actually saved a whole bunch of like bundles because wait until Ozak's back to talk about this. Oh, here we are. Yes. Oh yeah, he's great. The villain of the Fifth Element. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Here's the thing, Ozak. I love hand sewing too. That's actually what I do the most of. Because I sew while I coach, right? And if you're running a sewing machine while you're talking to people who are trying to concentrate, it's not great. It's not very professional. So I do the hand sewing most of the time. I'm pretty good at it. I have a significant amount of time in it. I really enjoy it. I would recommend Bernadette Banner. I think we had this discussion before, you and I. Bernadette Banner on YouTube. We love her. She was the one who sort of got me like, for example, the reason that I have a tailor's ham is because of her. I'm like, oh, yeah. Yes. Well, Ozak, you might want to consider a serger because that's what I do. Yeah. The serger that way. So what I do is I will cut out the thing. I can do that while I'm we're talking about sewing now. We're gonna come back to it in a second. I cut out all the fabric and then I just do serging all around every single edge. And then it's clean and it gives me a really even line to hand sew around. And yeah, so that really works for me. I don't know if that will work for you. And yes, cutting the fabric is dicey, emotionally. I think what I've been doing lately with that is giving myself permission to do a really raw mock-up. And I did that with this, what I consider to be very unattractive floral. It's actually an old sheet. Yeah, it makes great. And I really didn't find it attractive. So the fact that I was cutting into it, I was like, who cares? If I ruin this, oh well, it's already ruined because it's ugly. I might try dyeing it actually. I have a purple dye. Anyway, so yes. So what I need to do now, I think, is what do I need to do? I have a whole bunch of, okay, this is the last thing, I promise. Me and Ozak talking about, so 1 second. I should say Ozak and I. Me and Ozak is wrong. Grammatically incorrect. Okay. So in this box, I don't know how much you know about sewing. Yeah. Yes, that's true. I was like, which is why, I have this sheet, right? So you can just go to the thrift store and get a king size sheet that's ugly and use that. That's my recommendation. So anyway, I have a bunch of stuff here. Some of it's upcycled. Basically, my cousin gave me a bunch of ties that her husband didn't need anymore. And I realized that ties are all cut on the bias, on the diagonal of the fabric. And that's a great thing for bias tape. Like bias tape obviously is made on the bias for like necklines and stuff. So I gathered together a bunch of fabrics that would match these ties. So the ties are going to be the neckline, and this is the fabric for them. Yeah, see, yes, exactly. It was like you were very smart. So yeah, I have a bunch. I have this gray with this red and gray tie. This red. I love this pattern actually. I'm really excited with that one. Where else was there was a this black. It has sort of a pop of color on that tie. This one is gonna be quite the shirt. That's gonna just be like, whoa, no one would wear that except a kid. This brown one's gonna be kind of nice. Then there's this blue with the brown and blue. I'm really excited about that. So this is all bundles of fabric and ties for making the shirts for kids, for my kids. And I'm really excited to do that. So I need to make that an official project. Get those. Yes, they are silk. The ones that I picked anyway, I think. I washed all of them and I could tell by feel which ones were silk. And then well, that's the thing, Ozak. In this house, it doesn't matter what you should and shouldn't do, because I do know about that. About this, like you're not supposed to put silk in water ever. And we are going to get back to weekly review. I'm so sorry. This is a sewing stream. And I just threw them in the wash. I was like, there you go. Ow, I just hit myself. There you go. You're in the wash. If you get ruined, oh well, because kids' clothes, right? You can't. I personally can't carefully launder kids' clothes. So whatever it's like now, is how it will be, and it's okay. It's gonna be fine. So that needs to be a project though. So I do want to finish those. So oh, and actually, I want to stand by. Nobody go nowhere. I just realized I think we have another one here. I need to make it official. Here. All right, so I need to do that. So, okay. I need emojis. That's what I need. The first thing that I do for projects is I select the emoji. So this is a whole bunch of different colors of shirts. So the emoji is rainbow shirt. There isn't a rainbow shirt emoji, but like a rainbow emoji, the shirt emoji. Shirts for kids. How many do I have here? I have like a bajillion. Wow, cats. I'm actually counting in French, and I know that if I wrote, but I don't actually know it. Reals. So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. At least 10 in here. I think I might be able to get more out of that. So shirts for kids. In theory, there are 10. Started July 20th. That's today. And dusty. So shirts for kids. What is my definition of this project? How will I know when it's done? This is the other thing that I've added to my project. It's a little note that defines what done looks like for that. Am I going to make all 10 shirts? That seems like a lot of time. I think that, okay, I just wrote down what I think the kids need for clothing. Big one needs a few more. Okay. Okay. So the definition of this project is done is either make, dismantle, and store, or get rid of materials or the shirts I bundled. So actually, all right, I'm gonna have to take another break. I'll be right back, you guys. I am so sorry, folks. Oh boy. Yeah, I didn't change the name this time. Sorry, Ozark. Yes, feeling like you have no chance of getting through a list is often a non-starter for a lot of people. Fine. I mean, writing, one of the things that GTD says is that capturing things has value. So I mean, not that you have to live your life by GTD. But that's fair. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. Daunted. Yeah. Huh. Also, it reminds me of the ship in Pirates of the Caribbean, the Dauntless, which is kind of awesome. Okay, so I have an extremely fussy baby downstairs. I need to wrap up soonish. And my apologies for my absences over this while, and the stream will be shorter than usual. So shirts for kid, either make, dismantle, or store. Get rid of the materials for the shirts I bundled. I also need to capture a project, which sort of a project, capture a thing, which is serger and pre-wash cotton in the milk crate. I realized that I had started a process of having all of my sewing projects in at one place in a box. So I made it official. I made it a milk crate. Oh, orange scarf pants. I discovered that pashmina scarves make fantastic toddler pants. Yeah. Blue twill pants. Baby might be a little stiff for pants. Oh, the bear pants. See, it's nonstop pants around this house. Bear pants. So my toddler looked at a shirt that they owned and had bears on it. And they're like, bears, I like bears. And I said, would you like to have bear pants? They said, yes, I would like to have bear pants. Because they have another pair of pants that had dog patterning of all dogs on it. And they really like the dog pants. So I was like, have bear pants. So I asked my mom to purchase us some bear fabric. And lo and behold, it exists. So I pre-washed it. Now I need to iron it and cut it out. So bear pants. I also am going to make an 18th century shirt out of this, which I'm very excited about. So 18th century shirt of magenta lining. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. I think I'm going to do all of those things. Probably. I can't load them into my system at the moment, but it's a really neat process that I found for the shirt, where you kind of like, okay, how much do your shoulders measure? Okay, double that plus 2 inches, and then how long is it? It's this, and measure your wrist, and that's the cuff plus an inch, and blah blah. It's really neat. It makes me happy. And I also did that with the tunic. I love things like that where you can take your own measurements and then do math and get a garment that really fits you. I love that because my arms and my back actually are quite long. I'm also quite tall, so a lot of like standard issue clothing does not fit me. Often men's clothing will fit me, which is cool. I always wear men's shoes. I'm gonna stop yambling on about myself. Okay, so I've added the shirts project. I have captured the items, the other items I want to have in there. I'm not going to add them just yet because I don't have the time or the energy or the focus. And there's very dramatic weather happening outside. We had like a downpour with epic thunder, and now it's like sun shining, but I can still see black clouds. It's really cool. All right, so all right, I'm gonna pick the one I'm gonna sew first. I'm gonna sew this sort of sky blue, robin's egg blue shirt with this tie. This sort of blue and brown tie as the thing. That will be my first one. I have declared it. I wonder if there's a chance. Yeah, that would be cool. I wonder if there's a chance I can get a pair of pants out of this in addition to trade. I don't think there is. Stand by. I don't know, ladles and jelly spoons. It might be enough. It might be enough. We'll see. We'll have to. Is that 3? Ooh, hang on. That's folded at 3. Oh my goodness. That could be a thing. Yeah, I think there's a shirt and pants in this piece of fabric for a small person. How cool would that be? I would like that very much. Okay. I'm going to have to confess to Brittany that Ozak and I spent way too long talking about sewing fabric. But that is what happens when you have ADHD. Get distracted, hyper-focused. Thanks. Yes, Ozak, definitely recommend the I don't care about this non-precious materials in the realm of sewing. I have this yard of fabric, which is absolutely stunning. It has like a sort of mottled pink and blue to the body of it, but it's streaked with these silver like lightning bolt, like metallic over top of it. It's absolutely stunning. I only have a yard of it. I have yet to figure out what I'm going to make out of it. So if I were to try and make something with that, I would be like, ah! So, and there are many other fabrics like that. I feel you. I think I might be able to get, okay, no, I'm gonna make the blue and brown tie with blue fabric shirt. And there we go. Create that project label. So there we go. I've decided it. It's official. It's in my system. It has an emoji. It has a tag. These are all very important things to me. I am a very visual person with pictures and stuff. And I know how to, I already made those tunics. They worked out really well. And I already know how to make them. I know that I like the snap at the collar, which is good. And now, yeah, I got a jet. I got a jet, everybody, because I am so tired. I am just very tired and I'm thirsty. So let me catch up on the comments real quick. That's not the right window. Here we go. Yeah, no, pashmina. I mean, at least the ones I have. Ozak. I think they're mostly synthetic, which is why. Bugs, yes. Yeah, no, make pajamas. Absolutely. You know, like big and loose, right? Then it's hopefully not, first of all, you don't see any mistakes as much. And, you know, oh yeah, taking your measurements. Yeah. Yeah, and so absolutely you can. And take my advice, see if you can find a pants pattern that doesn't have a side seam, because you save yourself that whole extra seam. Yeah. Yes, I sometimes can. Yeah. All righty. So thank you so much, Wyatt and Ozak. You guys can do this, whatever this is, sewing and baby prep and stuff. You didn't even ask what, but here's my advice, baby prep wise. Do not buy very many clothes that are 0 to 3 months or newborn diapers. You can always go back and get more of those, but man, the ratio of like tiny clothes to bigger clothes was crazy. And it just, my kids at least, now they were full term and stuff, and everything was fine with them. They were both born, were fairly large, but yeah, they go out of that PDQ. So that's my advice. And yes, my advice to Ozak is buy some sheets at the thrift store and sew your pajamas out of those and find out how they go. And start off with free patterns and a hand sew. You can do it. And check out Burn It Better for hand sewing stuff, including using a tailor's ham and whatnot. And don't skimp on your thread. Even if you're using like thrift store fabric, don't skimp on your thread, because you do not want it, you know, all the time. Okay. You guys are awesome. Thanks for hanging out with me. Sorry, the stream is so short, and I will hope to see you next week, same time.